So should that stream be working?
It takes a couple of minutes to come up.
Oh, okay. No dramas.
The only thing that'll kill us is if you stand on the USB-R side, because that's the dongle. That'll kill us on the spot.
Honestly. What do you think you're doing? Absolutely rubbish.
Actually, you want to pick up the dongle for us? We'll check the antennas on. We've got a little Vodafone box.
We're working. That's great. Just got to work out now if we'll be able to hear us.
Just talk up, take over the noise. Lights are there. It's about 2 second delay from live. That's my picture. Test.
So I think it's picking up your voice, no dramas at all, but with us being over here, it was a bit quiet, so we might have to just get in pretty close to you.
We'll jump the other side.
Hear me, Case?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Through this?
It's definitely picking up their voices, so I think we just talk and do our best.
Right.
Sorry guys, keep it live, keep it fresh.
Yeah. That's good that you can pick up the crowd in the background as well. I'll just shout at you, Burns. Your left ear and right ear might get a bit sore by the end of it.
That's all right.
Right.
So the microphone, you can help me.
Stood in front of the marshal, double stacking in 10 years, nothing hurts my ears.
Sure, mate. Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Private jet flying in, you're guilty.
Get that in here.
Alright, welcome back folks to the Gen Z Employment Cup semi-final in the A grades. Tugun Seahawks currently lead Southport Tigers 18 points to 0. As we see in the second half, the Tugun Seahawks will be running right to left on your screen. Southport Tigers just making their way out of the dressing shed now. Pretty good first half. Tugun had a lot of possession. Into the breeze for a lot of it. How do you think they went, Burnsy?
Mate, Tugun have got to come out here a little bit more aggressive in their defence and a lot more expansive in their attack. Leo hasn't really touched the ball. Every time the excitement machine touches the ball, he makes a difference and makes plenty of metres, but they've shut them down. Tugun have done a great job. Keanu Takiri's steering them around. Grayson Takiri's already got 2 meat pies. Aidan Lee's been strong in defence. All the boxes have been tipped by Tugun, so we'll see what Southport's got to offer in the second half.
I tell you what, you and your Burley blokes,
Please.
picking out former Burley players,
Yeah.
Burley juniors.
Yeah. Israel Oddie was fantastic. Jordan Stewart, Troy Leo, and Wayne Kennedy when he come back from the sin bin certainly made an impact.
Daly Boney's had a big air swing at that one, but luckily Southport were able to clean up, and if that's the way that this second half is going to pan out, we could see Tugun rack up 50. The first half, it was all Tugun that had all the possession, all the field position, and Southport could not take a trick, and it looks like nothing's changed here in the second half.
A strong tackle.
And Douglas hits the ball forward and gets hit hard for his troubles, the young man, but he's working hard still. Charlie Boney down the left edge this time, working it forward for Southport. Trying to make some inroads, trying to find some momentum. Here goes Mick Esdale, the captain of the side. He's going to run hard all day.
Captain courageous.
He won't take a backward step as he gets just short of the 50. Back it comes to McKenna. McKenna outside to Wattie. Wattie's going to kick long now, but he's hit it straight down the throat of Corey Morris. It sits up well for him, and he'll charge it back into the fence. Trying to find a way around, but wrapped up by Leo and put to ground.
Nothing kick, no pressure put on Corey Morris. The Southport Seahawks working it out from their 20.
Tugun now through Hodges. Hodges into the line, plays short. No, he holds on to it. Gets an offload away though. This looks to be Perry out on the field now. Didn't see him in the first half. Short ball now to Gray. Gray's worked the way through. He's got support on his inside. Is he going to use him? He's got Corey Morris slipping up. Corey Morris gets the ball. And away from the second half, the Tugun Seahawks are going to extend their lead. Shut the gate, the Tugun Seahawks, 22 points to nil.
Crazy start for the Southport Tigers. They really got off the left foot on the kick-off. Got to the final completion of their first set of 6. Lazy kick to Corey Morris. Corey Morris brings it back nice and easy and ends up scoring a meat pie under the post. Tugun Seahawks 22, kick to come. Southport yet to score. They still haven't awakened, Case. They haven't.
No, it was very soft defence there from Southport. Shane Gray, the man, just took a regular hit up into the defensive line and bust his way through.
Yeah.
And a guy of his size shouldn't have the speed then to run all the way to the fullback and draw him past. Surely someone from Southport could have turned and chased and run him down, but
they seem
not the case.
They seem to be going down Jordan Stewart's edge. And that's where they're making some metres. Whether they've targeted that off the video and worked to that edge, I'm not sure, but they're certainly always making metres when they come down that right end. And Troy Leo still hasn't touched the ball. And there's another play comes over.
Tiger air this time.
Yeah.
Followed in from Barley.
Funny story, we had the Vikings under 14s training here about a few years ago, and you'd think I let them sit there and watch the planes go over for half an hour before I get anything done. They just wouldn't listen to it.
I tell you what, your coaching skills sound as good as your managerial skills, Jersey, with the team manager, Keanu Takiri adds the extras. 24 points to nil, 4 tries to nothing in favour of Tugun.
Had a real good day at the office with the boot, Keanu.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong breeze out there this afternoon, and he's handled it really well. All 4 kicks haven't been easy, and he's nailed every one of them.
I don't know what you can do. I've got no answers. The body language for the Southport Tigers is pretty ordinary on the bench, so I'm thinking they might be switching off and looking for next week. But they've still got a lot of time left involved. Only 24-0 with the
McKenna sends it long downfield, and Hodges charges back into the line. He's going to be brought down there by Jordan Stewart. They come back to the open side. This looks to be Thomas. And he's held there. Nowhere to go. Open side to Hodges again. Plays short on to Lee. Lee gets away through. He's got a man outside of him. Lee's showing a clean set of wheels himself. He comes inside. He's looking to do it all. He shows again. Rob Apadui's there asking for it. And he's going to do it all himself. Lee, that is a cracking try from the Tugun Seahawks.
Good solo individual effort from Lee. Really tested that edge. They changed the drill edge to come down the other side. Nathan Lee made the most of it. Come inside and out. Had players everywhere in attack and just didn't need to use anyone. Solo effort. Aiden Lee under the post. Nice try by the Seahawks.
Well, he did his best to bomb that try, did Aiden Lee. Yeah. All he had to do was draw the fullback and hit Jade Gamble creeping up on his outside on the right. He chose to run infield himself and he had to beat one. Then he had a chance to get it to Apanui. Rushed him, finally back off the left foot and threw the fullback off to score.
And it was lucky he went this way because Leo was right behind him. He was going to get him and he heard the footsteps coming from behind. Then he blocked out Apanui. Had the other option of Elijah Barnes coming up on the outside, but chose to go himself, and all credit to him. Big play to Aiden Lee.
Yeah, really good try. And Tugun now creep further away, 28 points to nil, kick to come. And the way that Keone Takiri has been striking them today, you'd say he's going to add the extras.
He'll be throwing them over.
So Tugun got their tails up now. They're pretty excited. There's plenty of talk and creativity out there, whereas Southport, we're going to be a unified front. And
Commentator's curse, mate.
Yeah, he's missed that one. Keone Takiri off the upright.
Successful score remains the same. Tugun 28, leading Southport 0.
28 points to nil, and unfortunately for those of you at home, you don't have smell-o-vision, and there's been a big burnout from one of the aeroplanes. There he comes the kick downfield from Kane Rudolph. Bouncing ball picked up by Perry, and passed it on to Thomas. Thomas hit well by Mick Asdale and Corey Griffiths. They'll stand now, come to the left side through Hodges. Hodges gets hits. Side on by Miller, almost looks like a decent shot.
Great tackle.
But he stands quite comfortably and plays it. Thomas now gets whacked again. And they look to drag him backwards, but he'll stand in the tackle.
A lot more aggressive from the Tigers.
And Perry finds Takiri. Takiri's going to kick long with that wind at his back. There's a chance at a 40-20.
Over his head.
He's going to go over Kennedy's head and bounces, sits up nicely. And Kennedy's got a bit of work to do. Corey Morris chased him, one-on-one. But he's pulled down. So good set from Tugun after another try scored. Southport now, they're only just getting onside. They've been defending all day and got some tired bodies. You can throw a blanket over them at the moment, they're so bunched. Muir Ogle takes the scooter out of dummy half. He's pulled down, 30 out from his own lines.
This is where they've got to get something out of the game, Southport Tigers. They've got to get the confidence out of it. They can't go into next week thinking they're going to play rubbish football against a fantastic side and get away with it. They've got to really man up today and grind it out. Even though it's 28-0, they've got to start the scoreboard at 0 or again.
Comes out in the back with Dean. He's put a chip over. It's not a great one, and it lands in the hands of Miller. And that's going to be a turnover.
Nothing kick again, Case. Nothing kick. Just put it up and hope for the best.
He had the right idea. I think if he had got a little bit deeper and found some space, just poor execution in the end from the team.
I think Cameron Miller's spent at the moment.
Working it out from their own end through Apanui. He gets wrapped up by Douglas and Asdale. Rudolph over the top finishes him off. Perry into dummy half now. Perry sends it right to Hodges. Hodges looks outside to Murphy but can't get it to him.
He's playing more of a ball player today, Hodjo.
He backs his ball skills. He gets it offload away in the end to Kiri. Or Wallboys it was, sorry. Timmy Matanga. And he's going to be brought to ground with a good tackle underneath by Izzy Oddie.
Yeah, stayed well to stay in.
As it comes wide through Dean Murphy. Dean Murphy off his right foot, runs it. Kane Rudolph. Can't find a way through. It comes right side to Wallboys. Wallboys onto Takiri. Takiri shows inside to Lee. Lee with a strong carry again, but can't find a way through this time. No, he gets it offload away. Murphy. Murphy gets it onto Takiri. They've got numbers out here. Keone Takiri's going to try and do it all himself and throws a speculator out to Barnes and he can't handle it.
Didn't need that, but the 28 points in front, they're going to throw a few couple of speculators out there, and it wasn't warranted, but Southport's feed gives a chance for Southport to get the other end, and also gives a chance to Seahawks to have a brewery.
So clever play again from Tugun, all going their way.
Scott Jensen going on now. You've got to get to the end of this set of 6, Case, get it nice and deep. Try something creative. You got to put all your eggs in one basket now and try and get up the other end. Put some points on the board, at least for all those spectators and Southport Tigers supporters. They don't want to see this scoreline, so they really need to get their act together. And as they will, they are capable of it.
Great shot there by Lee.
This has been great defence, Casey.
He's a fast player. And Scotty Jensen's on the field. And he can't find a way through. He's wrapped up by a heavy tackle from Tugun. 20 metres off his own line. Rudolph sends it to the left side to McKenna. McKenna, the big 5'8", runs like a back rower, but can't get through either. Packer comes to Watine. Watine on to Miller, the biggest man in Australia. Gets away from Apanui this time. They've had a good battle there this afternoon, and Miller finally gets the better of him. Watine now to dummy half to the left. He plays short to Corey Griffiths. And Corey Griffiths is hit hard in almost looked like a shoulder charge from Lee, but gets away with it, and that's the 5th and last turnover. So poor end of the set from the Tigers. Tugun plays it. And Levi Norton on the field now, can't find a way through.
That's better aggression, that's better defence.
Back a little. And let him go, stands and plays it. Perry onto the right side, Barnes in for a carry. Barnes throws off one and goes again for another. He's wrapped up underneath, but steals an extra 5 metres in that, and he's still fighting. Big, strong winger, Adam Barnes. Comes left side to Wakatihi, throws out the back to Murphy. Murphy tries to throw, don't argue, but they argue back Southport and put him to ground. Comes to the right to Norton. Norton throws the short ball onto Wakatihi. Going to get up and go again, gets the ball away. War boys, but they're wrapped up. Good cover defence there from Southport. He's milking a penalty there, no penalty awarded. It comes to the right side through Takiri. Takiri throws a long cut-out pass onto Jade Gamble. Gamble dishes it up to Morris, and Morris can't quite find Barnes out there on the wing.
Had to give it Barnes in the corner.
As it comes back there, Takiri throws onto Gamble. Gamble onto Norton. Norton off the left foot. Again off the left, he's coming back to where the play came from. Gets an offload back there to Keanu Takiri. He don't argues with one, gets away from one, goes again. It is 5th and last, but they're going to get wrapped up, Tugun, and it's going to be a turnover. So not a bad option running it on the 5th and last, but there's no way through.
That's better commitment in defence by the Southport Tigers. They showed a lot of aggression in there and a lot of hope, so they left the Seahawks out, and let's see what they can do in attack. And they are spent now. You're right, you've got a whole blanket right over them, so
it's good.
See what happens.
The replay. Every time there's something happens, I'm like, where's the ball?
This Casey's doing a dancer with the crowd.
Oh, the crowd love the commentary, mate.
Yeah, big commentary team up here at the moment.
Just need to start channeling Ray Warren. Barnstorming run.
I'm glad you didn't say Gus Good, otherwise we're all going to be in trouble.
There's an argument going on there.
Esdale can't find a way through. That's good tackle from Tugun.
They can't find any way
Good
through.
defence. Now Southport are really at 6s and 7s. They're just not sure how to beat this Tugun side now. As Regan Muir-Ogle gets there, dishes on again. And there's no way through, but better attack there from Tyler Ingram and the Southport side. He's going to take the line on, puts one through this time. He's going to sit up nicely for him, gets a second touch, and a third touch, no. They're going to pick it up. Rudolph throws it. Well, that's a flick pass to no one out the back there.
There's a Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, it wasn't warranted.
No.
He throws the dummy, and I think it's basically he and Tyler Ingram trying to take on Elijah Barnes for a corner try.
And that's better enterprising football by Israel. He's really starting to challenge the line now. He's got nothing to lose, so let's see what happens.
There's Tugun now. Takes Tugun's first hit up of the set. He gets to centre field. And Jade Gamble takes a second carry, trying to fight off a couple of big Southport men, but can't do so in the end. He's brought to ground.
That's too many metres up the middle. That's where they're leaking the yards, right up the middle.
D. Murphy. Good contact there from Corey Griffiths. And Scotty Jensen underneath. Corey Morris out of dummy half. Looks to get away from 1 and 2, but it's been stripped there.
Knock on.
And they're going to say knock on from Southport, I feel.
Yep.
Daly Boney was the man who knocked it out of Corey Morris's hands. And it will be a Tugun feed.
Yeah, good call, Pete Anderson. I normally bag the referees every now and again, but when they do make a good call, that's a good call, and well done, Pete Anderson. At least we haven't heard the whistle this half. No one's gone for 10, and we get to see some enterprising rugby league.
Yeah, well, I think that caused the dramas for Southport in the first half to begin with. Got them on the back foot with 2 men getting sent to the sin bin early. And with the Tugun side as much attacking prowess as they've got, 13 on 11, it's just never going to end well for Southport, as Cameron Miller is still down on his haunches and he'll get some attention.
He's worked hard today, Cameron Miller. He slept well tonight.
Disappointingly, if Southport had been able to stay in the game, this is where they could have come over the top of Tugun. They've got a couple of players that are out there that haven't played games for a long time. The back of the scrum there on the other side of your screen is Keanu Takiri's down on his haunches trying to suck in the deep ones. He's struggling to get some air in. We've got
also Aiden Lees looks a little bit dusty there after that tackle as well. So
on the bench is Hodges and Bryce Thomas, who also haven't played a game for a while. Bryce Thomas only his second game of the year after he broke his leg early at the start of the season.
which holds them in good step for the next couple of games at Tugun Seahawks. They've certainly got some firepower off the bench come semi-final time.
Well, at this stage, if the result stays the same, Tugun Seahawks will travel down to Tweed Heads next weekend to take on the Seagulls, and Southport will host Burleigh Bears.
And that'll be another
great
big
shot!
Specky.
Oh, they're going to say got him into a dangerous position, but that was an absolute belter of a hit there from Jordan Stewart.
That's textbook. Great tackle. For your
rib
kiddies at
tickler.
home, that's the way you get them.
Oh, got under the ribs of Corey Morris, picked him up and absolutely jammed him into the ground.
Yeah. Where was that in the first half?
Corey Morris isn't the biggest bloke, but Jordan Stewart took the advantage of the size and weight and hammered him. Takiri now sends it to the middle of the field. War Boys onto Morris. Morris shows and goes. And he slips under another one, but he can't get through this time and he's driven backwards. Finally put to ground.
Scott Jensen saw the dollar sign tearing. Could have got a big hit that slipped straight underneath his arm.
Murphy travels forward, but he's brought to ground by Esdale.
Good contact by Esdale.
So he's 18 out from the Southport line, centre field. War Boys plays out the back to Takiri. Takiri short ball on the lead, but there's no way through. The Southport defence muscles up on that occasion and stops that raid.
There's a bit of aggression in this set of 6 for the Southport Tigers, and so they should. They should start Dame up now and make them stamp their authority.
D. Murphy takes the settler. It's going to be put to ground centre field. 10 metres out. They come to the left side with a cutout pass. 2 Wakatiki needs to be hitting the underside. Gets the ball away. When it comes to Levi Norton. Norton looks to run around the back of a player before he turns and goes the other way. There's nothing doing here for Tugun, and Reece Boys will take the tackle.
And that was that smart, mature move by Reece Boys. Settle it down, go to ground, and let it work off the back.
Takiri looks to roll one in. He's come off the boot nicely. Rob Apanui going to win the race.
I reckon he's got there too.
And this is going to be a try. It is so. Rob Apanui, the captain, crosses for another try. That's the 6th for the Tugun Seahawks this afternoon.
And I don't know how many tries Robbie Apanui's scored this year, but he'd be happy about that one, and that discounts the nudie running guys at the end of the year. Great work by the Seahawks. They lost their composure early in the centre 6. Once the man got down, but then he got it inside, and then Apanui under the post. Lovely kick by Keanu Takiri.
Yeah, well, off the boot, it looked like Keanu had hit a 40-20. It just looked like he'd smashed it.
Yeah.
And he just had the perfect angle on it, and Rob Apanui won the race.
It all happened in slow motion. It just seemed the Southport Tigers didn't show the urgency to get back on there. And when they did, they thought it was going dead as well, Case. So you can't blame Southport as well for that one. It was just a deucerer. We'll call that a deucerer.
Well, they pressured the kicker. Exactly what the coach would have told him to do. Pressure the kicker.
Yep.
And Keanu Takiri stepped off the left, went back inside, and just a little bit of a roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
And found the angle.
As Riley Colson walks from the field, checking his Facebook. Big commitment, and thank you to all the Referees Association, and good luck during the final series in the Gen Z Cup 2016. Get this, Case.
Takiri from this angle, probably 10 minutes ago, he hit the post.
Yeah.
I think he might have learned from that. He hit the post so hard that he actually bent it inwards. He's got less of a goal to put it through this time around.
Yeah.
Strikes it, and he hit that one through.
That was a JT kick, mate.
He hit it hard. I think he's left a dent there in the broadcast box for Tugun. If he had hit it lower, I think he would have smashed a window.
Sorry about the quality of
The quality of your commentating, yes,
thanks,
we do
Case.
apologise for that.
Everything. I'm reading the messages from the fans out there, mate.
Yeah, the quality of your commentary.
Yeah, Christy
Top it
Bright
every week.
Christy Bright just told in and said the voices were very crackly, but I sound beautiful. Anyway, back to rugby league. Tugun Seahawks working out of their 20, doing it easy again, Case.
Yeah, not sure how Southport can find a way back into this game. Start with getting some possession.
Mate, they've just got to look for pride now. They've just got to look for pride. Give them something to work on Tuesday. Back to the drawing board and look forward to the Saturday.
40-20 chance. Regan Muir-Ogle hasn't got the angle and it could go dead.
Oh, he's touched it.
Muir-Ogle's got a touch on it, so they'll have to run it out now. And can't beat Elijah Barnes. So he's brought down tackle 1 and they're going to get a penalty. Southport, they need to find some momentum so they can take into their game against Burleigh next week. It's safe to say there's no way they're going to win this one now. They're currently losing 34 points to 0.
The fans out there are needing positivity. catch that, mate, will you?
That's what I'm saying. Well, they need to find some positivity that they can take into the game because if this one gets out of hand and Tugun can come up with some more points,
Yep.
then it's going to be a harder week to regroup at training, I think, for Southport. And
You've got to remember,
as can be the case, they you lose your first one and you don't come with the right attitude the next week, you go again.
Yep. And they're going to be better and bruised. They'll all sleep well tonight, these Southport guys. They've tried
Well, a
their
little
best.
inside ball to Kennedy, but it was well read there from Tugun. Comes left side to Daly Boney. No way through. It's a bit close to tackle 4 or 5. Comes open side to McKenna. McKenna out the back to Griffiths. Griffiths steps off the right and he's going to give a penalty to Tugun for the obstruction. But,
See, that's that cohesion Southport are lacking today. I mean, I don't think I've seen them play this bad all year.
yeah, see, again, I think there's just that lack of consistency here in the refereeing because we've seen Levi Norton for Tugun run around the back of his players a couple of times.
Yeah, you're right.
And to be honest, I don't think there was anyone really obstructed in that play from Corey Griffiths.
No, but they got all pear-shaped, the same as Tugun did. I know there was an incident you're referring to. But that's just Southport trying their hardest. I mean, back to the drawing board. That's the Tugun boys.
Tuakatihi, crowd favourite again, charging forward. Look at the leg drive on the man. They finally bring him down centre field. 22 out from the Southport line. It's going to come to the left side through Norton. Norton on to Murphy. Murphy finds the way through. Not quite. He's pulled down a couple of metres short.
It looks like a solo man.
He goes that way again. Levi Norton off his left. No, it's not Levi Norton. Might have been Perry. Perry then it was. He plays it. Back it comes to War Boys. Norton picks it up this time.
Poor boys wanted nothing to do with that.
And he gets the ball on to Tuakatihi.
Yeah.
To Kiri.
Short
Short
ball.
ball to Lee.
Forward.
Lee, they're going to call forward pass.
Thought it was flat, but well, Pete's in a lot closer position than I am. He probably got a little help from the touchy Zachy.
Yeah, I think Zach Schwartz probably called that one.
Well, where do they go from here, Case? What do they have to do to improve the Southport Tigers?
They've got to go forward to start. They
They've got the size.
They're guilty of shifting the ball a little bit too early, I think. There's a lot of one-out runners, which is odd because the couple of times we have live streamed Southport this year, that's the one thing that they've done really well, is they've charged the ball forward in numbers.
We all know that, Tick. I'm just going to put it down to a bad game.
I think the tone of the game was set when they lost the 2 blokes to the South.
Absolutely.
And it's just been too hard to try and regroup from there, and they've been able to do so. Miller will stand and play it.
Watch some Southport, see if they can score a meat pie today. At least for the double guys, anyway.
He's lost the ball here. And again, a one-out run going forward. They cough the ball up, turn possession over, and cheap ball it is for the Tugun Seahawks to go on the attack.
That's what it is, cheap ball, mate. Certainly hit it there. The Seahawks are good now. It could all turn for them as well because I mean now they're probably going to turn this into a bit of a training session and throw the ball around and see what they can do and see what works. And see they test the edges all day. They found the right hand side very workable and they scored a couple from it. See which way they go now.
Well, they are going to find some momentum to take on Tweed next week with this game. There's going to be some very happy people at training through the week.
Yep.
And the last game they played against Tweed, they had the game won. And I guess an intercept kick is what you might call it from Tweed winger Jacob Garland. Saw him run 100 metres down the other end and win the game for Tweed. So they're certainly beatable. And the ball way down to Rigamil Rogel. He's got some speed. He's got Corey Morris to beat. They're running across field as he got the angles. Corey Morris is chasing him. Elijah Gamble's coming. Elijah Barnes is coming from the right side. And he's going to get him, throws him away. Dean Murphy is the man that gets there in the end to make the tackle.
Yeah, the solo man too.
They're going to come back to the left. They've got the numbers on the left edge. It's got to continue to go that way. Daly Boney straightens up, and they're not going to go that way. Where's Troy Leo when you need him?
Yeah, he can't
He'd be the fastest man out there by far, and they can't seem to find him. And Watine throws a couple of dummies inside, picks up Israel Lottie. Israel Lottie, is he there? He's got one. Southport are on the board this afternoon. Israel Lottie found the hole. The number 9, so we've got our footy doubles finally, 9 and 9. Our 2 try scorers.
You would have thrown them away if you had them, but There's something I'd really like a little bit of a replay on that. There was a little bit of an incident there with the Southport Tiger that got taken out of play. Now, if he didn't take the player out of play, would it have been a shepherd? Well, as soon as he stepped inside, he's gone to the line and towards the try. So, well, kudos to him. Well done, Southport. Back on the board, kick to come. You're looking at 34-6. Or if they get the kicks, 34-6.
34-4
With the kick to come.
in favour of the Tugun Seahawks. Southport finally post their first points and only took 60 minutes to get there.
Mate, they were going forward. They do look...
65 minutes.
65. Mate, they were going forward and they look very comfortable doing it.